Great.
All right.
Awesome.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Today is week 2 with Angie Bond. And let me tell you, I hope you have a notebook, pen, and I hope you took a brain within the last hour. I don't want to say go take one now because you'll be up all night,
Yeah.
but you need your concentration, your focus tonight um, with what Angie's going to cover. And I'm really excited. So, Angie, I'm just going to toss it over to you. Take it
Okay.
away.
And I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. And we are going to talk about um, advertising, obviously. But I'm taking kind of what we've done last week, adding a few things and changing up a few things. Because as I've been kind of working on this, a lot of questions have come up about a few different things. So I'm gonna kind of go this route. Y'all will get all these later, but US net ads obviously has gone by the wayside. So I went to chat with mine and Melissa's team yesterday, and we did a handful of prompts in why, what to do now that US Net Ads is gone, right? Where are some new places, things that we're not thinking of. So I copied that. That's not what I wanted in there. Copy. Let's see if that works now. Yes. So basically, now that US Net Ad suite of classifieds is gone, I want it to give me the top 10 free classified ad posting websites. So that was what we started with. And I want free because we don't want to pay, right? So it starts with classified ads, Craigslist, Oodle, which I've seen on Rory's free ad sites. I think that was the one I saw. Locanto, which we've been using, adpost.com. Wait a minute. This actually is giving me different ones than it gave us yesterday. Interesting. So Locanto, ad post, free ads time, global free classified ads, US free ads, ads globe, and post all ads for free.com. Okay. So it's giving me a pro strategy tip of what converts best, basically. Educational headlines, problem focused ad bodies, and one clear call to action, linking to a blog page or resource, which is what we do, right? So it's not giving us anything new there. But Stacy, do you notice what's not here?
Classifieds for free and business ads for free.
Correct. It didn't give us those yesterday either. So I've got a prompt here. Talk to me about where classifieds for free and business ads for free, where they fall in the ad posting mainstream. And this was where we came up, and I'm curious to see if it gives us the same information, but I'm curious to see what it does. So it's a long-standing free classified ad platform where we can post unlimited things, right? We all know that. It's not a top 5 traffic giant, but it is recognizable. So the pros, it's true unlimited free listings, supports images and video ads, and the free listings don't expire automatically, though refreshing often helps SEO and visibility. Okay. Um, the domain authority isn't huge. Um, I'm not seeing what it did not give me what it gave us yesterday. So one of the things that it gave us yesterday was that it's not a stable site. So it goes down, and thus we've all lost our ads before. Okay.
Mm.
Some of us have had thousands and thousands of ads, but um, that's one of the reasons that they don't consider it one of the best places to post. However, when I'm going to go back to the other one. When I asked it more about that, let's see. So there's ownership and network volatility. They belong to a cluster of similar free ad domains, and some rotate, pause, or change. There's less predictable longevity, okay? And there's higher churn patterns. So one of the big clarifications that it gave us was that excluding them does not mean that they are bad from this top 10 list, excluding them from the top 10 list. Does not mean that they are bad, that they don't work, or that you should stop using them, or that they have no value. What it means is that they're just not the most stable. So we have to watch out for that availability of the platform because it does go down. Um, the other thing that it taught us was I'm going to continue this in the other one because what we want is we want to rank the top 10 by SEO power because that's always we want to rank. We want to make sure that our ads are being listed and clicked on and so on and so forth. So we're going to rank them by SEO. So maximum SEO, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, classified ads, Gibo, Oodle. Then you've got top tier solid SEO sport, Adland Pro, Sales Spider. Now these came up yesterday, and Locanto. Tier 3, low SEO power, but there's high volume. Classified for free, business ads for free, US free ads, Hoobly. So in tier 1, Google trusts you. They trust the ad, they trust the traffic, so on and so forth. Tier 2, SEO still stays reinforced and it's still positive. And tier 3, this is where your momentum comes in. So that's your large quantity posting sites. Okay. Um, so then the next thing that we did is I wanted it to tell me because it pulled up, and I don't think it pulled it up in here. I wanted to know what an evergreen ad was. A lot of you guys may know who've been in marketing forever, whatever. But I wanted to know because it kept popping up, the word, and I was like, an evergreen ad? What is an evergreen ad, right? So I just asked the simple question, what's an evergreen ad? It's a foundational. So it's an ad that never goes out of date. So it's not your Christmas ads, it's not your Valentine's Day ads, it's not your Mother's Day ads. It is an ad like for biohacking that can go all year long. So just continue to renew it, and it goes all year long and never goes out of date. Okay. Yeah, we're always going to change them up, but you can continue to renew that ad and it would never be a problem because it works for every time of year. Okay. Um, it does not rely on holidays, sales deadlines, limited time, trends that fade. So like our tune giveaway. We have a set time for that, right? That would not be an evergreen ad. So you want to focus on doing evergreen ads as much as possible. You want to do your trend ads, but you also want to do a fair amount of your solid evergreen ads. Um, and the other thing that was interesting, what makes an ad an evergreen ad? It solves a timeless problem, anti-aging, um, uh, sleep, all those things that people are always worried about. Um, it uses neutral language, so no dates or seasons. It educates before it sells, works in any month, and can be reposted repeatedly without changes. Okay. Um, so look at this, evergreen ads versus promotional ads. So evergreen has long-term value. Promotional ads are short-term spikes. Okay. Evergreen are SEO friendly, and promotional are platform dependent. Evergreen is reusable, promotional, one-time use, or a week, or whatever. It's a short period of time. Evergreen ads are typically low rejection risk. Promotional ads are typically a higher rejection risk. Evergreen ads are educational, and promotional are sales focused. Okay. Um, and why do they matter? They stay indexed longer in Google. They're less likely to be flagged or removed. We don't want our ads removed. Um, they build steady traffic over time, and that's key for getting Google AdSense. You want steady traffic. So think about before you get Google AdSense and making sure that your ads are evergreen. They support SEO even if the links are no follow. Okay. Um, they work across anchor, support, and volume sites. And we will get to what that means in a second, because this was one of the things that just blew my mind. Um, the simple evergreen ad formula: question, curiosity, value, and a soft call to action. Very simple. And it's not anything different than what Rory's been talking about. So just like here's their example. Why are so many people searching for better ways to support energy, focus, and healthy aging? I break it down in simple terms and share what actually works. Learn more here. And I didn't have to give it, it just gave me that example. I didn't have to give it anything to give me that example because this is my chat GPT and it knows me. And I cannot stress that enough when we are using AI. Whatever AI you use, make sure it knows you and how you want to write. And that's the biggest thing. So the big takeaway here is that if promotional ads are fireworks, the evergreen ads are your solar panels. Okay. Um, your classified strategy should always be to build your evergreens first and promotions second. Okay. So after that, what I wanted it to do for me was create a post USNet survival stack for classified advertising and a weekly posting schedule and how we should do that. Because this will set it up for you. So this is where we learned about anchor sites, support sites, and volume sites. Okay. And it gives you a list: Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, classified ads, Gibo, and Oodle. Rules for anchor ads or evergreen ads. Use one clean link, educational tone, no urgency or dates, and focus on one problem and one solution. Okay. Support sites. These are for reinforcement indexing and keyword spread. Adland Pro, Sales Spider, and Locanto. Rules for support ads. Rotate your headlines, slight angle changes, can link to different blog pages, but they're still evergreen. Volume sites. Momentum, testing, coverage. Posting frequency is high and your ad types are evergreen and testing those variations. Classifieds for free, business ads for free, US free ads, and Hoobly. This tests your headlines freely. Okay. The headline doesn't work, you don't get any clicks on it, toss it. Try again. I think that's the best takeaway I got from this part. Multiple categories are allowed. Shorter lifespan is okay. Because if in 30 days you get 10 clicks, that's not even a click a day, guys. So toss the ad and try to come up with something different. And rotate them weekly. So weekly classified posting schedule. Monday, post 1 to 2 ads on volume sites. Test new headlines or hooks. Okay. Tuesday, support reinforcement. Post 1 ad on a support site. Link it to a strong evergreen blog page. Wednesday, volume expansion. Post 1 to 2 ads. And we don't only post 1 to 2 ads. It's just going off of kind of what I was asking it for. We post in volume in most cases. We're going to post 50 ads a day or however many your schedule allows or your goal allows. Post so 1 to 2 ads on different volume sites, reuse the best performing headlines. And then on Thursday, post an ad on another support site, change the angle slightly from what you did before. And you could take this by product or service. So then you're still doing multiple ads. And if you're posting on a volume site and it's 1 to 2 ads, you're going by state, you're going by country, you're going by cities. So it's more than 1 to 2 ads anyway. On Friday, your anchor maintenance. Review your anchor ads, refresh 1 anchor listing if needed. Saturday, optional light volume, optional repost or test ad. Sunday, off or review what you did over the week, see what worked, see what didn't, and then start your next week. What it does for us is there's no single day overload, and you've got a clear path of what you want to post. And that's one of the things I really liked about it. There's no platform dependency. You're using different platforms on different days. Evergreen ads keep working silently. Google sees how steady you are, and that's huge for getting Google AdSense. What the stack does for you is it provides stability, reinforcement, and momentum. And that's what you want. Okay. So this was kind of a really cool, not rabbit hole, a productive rabbit hole. Because not all rabbit holes are productive. I will admit to that. So then the next thing I wanted was to talk about was ad structure. And I'm going to start a new chat because I don't like to make my chats too long, if at all possible, because it slows chat down. So I want it to give me an idea of a good, better, best ad structure in how it lays out. And this one was really cool for me because it truly did a good, better, best. So good ad structure gives you the basic visibility. And your headline is simple, your ad is short and simple. Discover simple ways to improve your health. Learn easy tips for better focus and daily wellness. This is kind of what we used to always do before chat arrived. That's what kind of opened my eyes to that. And and then you give it the link, and it works a little bit, but it doesn't work a lot. It's not that it's a bad ad. It's still a good ad. But what can we do to make it better? Engagement. You want to engage your reader. So question-based or benefit-driven headline. This is where Google Ask Questions comes in. And y'all all know what Google Ask Questions are, correct? It's the at the bottom of your Google search of whatever you're searching for, it gives you Google Ask Questions. People also search for, and it's in question format. So you want to use that because that's how people ask things and that's how people search for things. So you want to base your headline on things like that. So the next thing is it has a relatable pain point. Relate it to something that you have encountered. People can relate to that. That's the whole point. It's a light story, a clear call to action, and multiple keyword phrases. So here's an example of a better ad. Why are so many adults searching for natural ways to boost energy after 40? I know I'm looking for that, right? That'd be my first thought when I saw that ad. If you feel tired, foggy, or just not like yourself, you're not alone. Many adults are turning to simple lifestyle changes to support energy, focus, and long-term wellness. On my blog, I break down these ideas in plain English with steps you can use right away. Then you give them the link. You're talking to a specific problem. You sound human and helpful, and you invite curiosity instead of selling something. So now we go to the best ad structure. This helps your conversion rate. So search style question headline, same Google Ask Questions, emotional hook in the first sentence, personal insight or credibility cue, clear benefit list, strong, confident call to action, and brand consistency. So what is biohacking and why are more women over 40 using it to feel better every day? I remember the moment I realized feeling tired all the time was not just aging. Like many women, I wanted more energy, clearer thinking, and a better way to support my body without extremes. I mean, we can all relate to that, right? It's what we want. That's why we're here. It's why we use our products. Okay. That's when I started learning about biohacking. On my blog, I explain what it is, why it matters, and how everyday women are using simple habits to feel stronger, sharper, and more in control of their health again. Who wouldn't want to click on that ad, right? Think about it. So it converts because it feels personal, but not pushy. It's informational, okay? It builds authority naturally. It matches how people search online, and it makes the reader feel seen and understood. That being a key thing right there. We all want to be seen and understood. Okay. So here's a comparison table that I liked. So good provides visibility, and the result it's seen doesn't mean they click on it. Okay. Better, it provides engagement, and they're clicking on those more. Best is connection plus authority calls them to action. Okay. So yeah, write one best level ad each time. Okay. Strip it down for better, strip it down again for good. So it's telling us to go hardest first, then strip it down to be something simple if you just want to get it out there. So that helped me with my ad structure. So the next thing I wanted was, how do I get the best creative and productive ads? I want conversions. Don't we all? Let me close this because I'm not using it. So I'm going to open a new chat. So this is where I have the most prompts. So I'm going to copy this. So I want it to act as an advertising expert. And I want it to help me get the most creative, productive ads that actually convert. And I want to see examples. So why do most ads fail? You talk about the product, but not the problem. I'm guilty of that or have been guilty of that. I'm getting better. Um, Sounds like ads instead of conversations. You want it to be conversational. And we ask for the sale too fast. We want to meet the reader where they are, and we're not. Okay. So conversion starts with this feels like me. Think about that. Now, 3 ad styles across platforms that convert best. So a structure is call out a specific pain, normalize the frustration, introduce curiosity, not a solution dump, and invite them to learn more. Rory's talked about this so many times. And how many times does it take us to finally get things? I used to tell my daughter that she had to try something at least 14 times before she could decide if she liked it or not. 2 weeks. It takes 2 weeks to develop a habit, right? So, example blog or educational offer. Why do so many people feel stuck when they're doing everything right? They're like, what's this about? So it's going to get them to look at my ad further, that's for sure. You follow the rules, you show up, you try to stay consistent, yet somehow progress still feels slow and uncertain. That frustration doesn't mean you're failing. It usually means the system you were given was never designed for real life. I started breaking this down in simple terms on my blog because most people are not lazy. They're just missing the right structure. If you ever felt like effort is not matching results, this will make a lot of sense. Tweak that a little bit. This could totally be about the PDS. So the conversion trigger is emotional recognition plus curiosity. And it's best for blogs, education, and business opportunities, right? So then there's the story shift ad, and this builds trust. They're short, personal moments, turning point realization, lesson learned, and soft innovation. The moment I realized hard work alone was never the answer. For years, I believed consistency meant pushing harder. Thought if I just stayed busy enough, things would click. What I finally learned was this: effort without direction only creates burnout. Once I simplified how I approached the learning and systems, everything started to feel lighter and more doable. I share exactly what changed for me on my blog in plain language because complicated answers are not helpful when life is already full. So the conversion trigger covers relatability and authority without hype. You're not trying to sell them something. You're just trying to say, hey, I get it too. Little tweaks here. This can totally be our options, right? So this is best for personal brands, blogs, coaching, and affiliate offers, right? So then there's the curiosity gap ad. It's a high click through. It's an unexpected question, a hint at a surprising insight, no selling language, but a clear next step. Most people are solving the wrong problem first. When progress stalls, people usually add more tools, more effort, and more pressure. What if that is the exact reason things stay stuck? I break down that one shift that changes everything before you add anything new. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Conversion trigger is the intrigue and the pattern interruption. It's best for blogs, lead pages, and curiosity-based content. Cool. So turning a good ad into a high converting one. Conversion version. Well, it's a weak version. Learn how to make money online with simple systems. Visit my blog. They're like, this sounds like a scam to me. Conversion version. If you ever wondered why some people move forward faster without working longer hours, it usually comes down to structure. I explain what most people miss when they try to build income online and how to simplify it without overwhelm. You removed the hype and added insight, positioned you as a guide, not a seller, as a teacher, as an instructor, right? So they give us a 5-line conversion formula. Call out for feeling or frustration, validate it, introduce a shift or insight, keep the solution incomplete, and invite curiosity. That's how you want to convert. And again, these are not, I didn't ask for anything specific to a product here. I just wanted a good, productive ad, a best productive, creative ad. Okay. So now I'm going to start with a product. So I'm going to go with, I want to start with biohacking. Can you give me a target audience to focus on, including states and cities for when I do classified ads? So I want it to tell me where I should post these ads. And it allows you to focus your ads in the right places and with the right people. Okay. So for biohacking target audience, this is what I want to focus on right now. Women and men ages 35 to 60. There's your age range right there. They're health curious, but not extreme. They feel off, but not broken. They want energy, clarity, better sleep, aging support, already Googling systems, not diagnosis. Okay. This audience reads blogs, clicks classified ads, buys education before products, and trusts personal stories over influencers. This is where your testimonies come in, guys. We do testimonies all the time. I mean, our Fun Saver Network testimonies, our youth testimonies, our biohacking testimonies, this is where they come in. And you can go on to those sites and find testimonies if you don't have one yourself. And use that and make it into an ad. Okay, it doesn't have to be you personally. It's better if it's you personally because then you can personally talk to it, right? But if you don't have one yet, if you're brand new and you're just getting started advertising, go to the Velveeta website and find the testimonies. They're there. Okay. So energy and brain fog seeker. This is our top priority, really. This is where brain's not going away. We're keeping it forever. I know forever's a long time and it's a strong word, but I'm going with it. Okay. So they're 38 to 58. They're working professionals, caregivers, entrepreneurs. Oh, who are we? That's us. I'm tired, but I sleep. I cannot focus like I used to. I'm tired, but I sleep. That doesn't sound right, does it? No. I'm tired, but I don't sleep. No, I'm tired. Oh, no, I get it. I wake up tired. Never mind. I got it. That's my brain fog. It's like 8:30. I'm ready for bed. Anyway, um, coffee does nothing anymore. Um, so what they're responding to, obviously, is brain fog relief, mental clarity, nervous system balance, simple daily upgrades. You can tease all of this in your ads. But this is what's key right here. Best classified ad states for high conversion for biohacking. Florida, Texas, Arizona, North Carolina, and Tennessee, and cities within each of those. Texas is a state. Never mind. I was thinking it gave me a city without listing the state, but it didn't. So Tampa and Orlando, Dallas and Austin, Phoenix, Raleigh, and Nashville. So those are places that you absolutely want to focus on. Doesn't mean you're not going to post in the rest of them, but these you want to really make sure that you're getting those out there. If you don't have the time to post in all 50 states and then all the territories and all of that, focus on these states. And why these work? Warm climate, aging population, wellness culture, and high blog readership. Okay. Now you've got the anti-aging and longevity explorer. They're 45 to 65. They care about skin, joints, inflammation, and vitality. They don't want medical solutions first. They want to feel young and not chase youth. Okay. Um, California, Colorado, Utah, Oregon, and Washington. San Diego, Irvine, Boulder, Salt Lake City, Portland, and Seattle. So again, if you don't have time to do all 50 states for your ad, focus on these. And that's going to get high visibility for you. Next, we are into burned out high performer. 35 to 55, entrepreneurs, managers, and remote workers. High achievers who are tired of pushing, already spent money on productivity tools. Okay. Where? Georgia, Virginia, Illinois, and Massachusetts. Atlanta, Northern Virginia. Is Northern Virginia a city? No. Chicago and Boston. Northern Virginia. There's not a city called Northern Virginia. Is it?
I'm Googling it.
Okay. But why these work? High stress, disposable incomes, and curiosity equals strong conversion. Okay. So start with one persona, excuse me, 3 states and 5 to 7 cities total. If that's your limited amount of time, that's where you want to start. Okay. What
There
you
is
do want,
not. There is
okay.
not a city called, they call it Nova. Cities like Alexandria, Fairfax, and Arlington, all bordering Washington, D.C.
Okay. So make sure, okay, so that's probably why they did that. Make sure when it gives you a city that you do what Stacy just did. Google it if it does not look like it's a city and figure out what they're talking about. Okay. It's an area versus a one particular city. So, what not to do yet. Don't target 20 states at once. So if you've got a limited amount of time, focus on the states it gives you and the cities it gives you. Um, and then don't say biohacking in every headline. That's a new one for me. So lead with brain fog or energy or sleep or focus, aging well, that type of thing, or, youth or however, so don't overdo. That's how I take that. Overdo biohacking. So, and then don't sell the products immediately. Lead them into it. Because if we inform them correctly, sales will just be order taking, as Rory always says. Okay. We just have to lead them there. So the next thing I wanted was I wanted to create some platform specific ads for Facebook, Instagram threads, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Twitter in my voice on biohacking because I want it to sound like me too. And it wants to keep it on brand for me. So with Facebook, it's giving me conversation and relatable ads. Okay. Giving me hashtags. And it is including my site hashtag, but it's not going overboard on the hashtags for Facebook. For Instagram, short emotional scroll stopping. See how much shorter it is than the Facebook ads? Because Instagram attention spans aren't very big. I know mine on Instagram is not. If I don't see something that I want, then I'm not going to continue with it. I'm just going to scroll right on past it. Facebook, I have a tendency to read a little bit longer just because I understand, as we all have learned, that you can provide a little bit more information in the ad. Instagram just wants to see the bullets of it. Threads is the same, but it's a little bit more thoughtful and relatable. So it's the same short as Instagram, but it's a little more you. LinkedIn, you want it to be professional and credible. So you want to make sure that your ads are like that. Pinterest, curiosity and education. And they're not very long either. Twitter, shortest thing of all. Biohacking is not about doing more. It's about understanding what actually supports your energy and focus. I explain it simply here. Boom, done. They don't want very much. And again, I don't really go on Twitter. I just post on Twitter because other people go on Twitter. So I want to use what people are using. That's how I look at it. It's not about me. It's not about me at all. It's about them. Okay. Um, After that, I used Let's Optimize for clicks and curiosity. I just want to see what it pops out. And I definitely encourage you all to explore all of these prompts, which I will share at the end. I don't think we're going to have time for questions and answers tonight because I still have more to go. So I'm trying to go a little bit faster, but you guys will have the replay to stop and start and listen. So I apologize for going faster. Um, so this, because I wanted it to optimize it for clicks and conversions. So ever notice how you can sleep all night and still wake up tired? That question sent me down a path I was not expecting. What I learned about energy, focus, and how the body actually works changed the way I looked at feeling normal. Biohacking is not what most people think. And once you understand it, a lot starts to click. I explain simply here. And it's not so the first one was I want to see how different it was. Okay. I used to think feeling tired, foggy, and off was just part of getting older. Turns out it's not. Biohacking is simply learning how small daily choices affect your energy, focus, and how you feel in your body. No extremes, no craziness, just smarter habits that work with real life. I break it down. So it is a little bit more detailed about how biohacking works, where this entices them to go to the site to learn more by telling them, hey, it's not what you think. Go here and I explain it all. So it's getting them to go to your site. And that's what you want. You want traffic to your site. Remember that. That is key. Traffic to your site. So then the next thing I wanted was, okay, I want, this is where it kind of gets a little fun. Not that this is not all fun, it is. It's what I call it. I consider it fun. I don't know about you guys. I'm a nerd. Okay, I'm a nerd. Um, can you please create scroll stopping image text for each headline? Okay. So scroll stopping image text. And this works across Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Pinterest, and Twitter. Why am I tired? Dot, dot, dot. Even when I sleep. Okay. So it's giving me, this is what's going to be fun. Image headlines, image text. Okay. So now I'm going to have it give me a visual prompt to go with these image text. Paste. So, can you please match each image text to a visual prompt and tell it to go across the platforms? Another cute little thing that we did yesterday. Okay. So it's giving me the image text. Okay. I'm not going to go through them because it's going to give you a different image text based on you and what you're asking. Okay. I don't need that. Okay. So now I'm going to have it generate the images for each of my image text and visual prompts. Okay. We won't do all of them because that'll take too much time with how long it takes, but we will do a couple. So generate unique images one at a time, and one at a time is key. Otherwise, it will group 10 images in one little thing, and you'll get these tiny little thumbnail images. And so when they get bigger, they're all blurry. So one at a time is key. A couple of my students helped me see that I just needed to change my wording because I was getting those. So you'll see this one's actually, why am I tired even when I sleep? Oh, they made that a little too small. I want it bigger. Okay. Okay, so up here. Okay. Copy. So what do I want to change about this? I want this bigger right here. So I'm going to, because this is when you get to play, because if it doesn't give you exactly what you want, you need to tell it that what you're looking for. So I'm going to paste that in. I want to go to the beginning. There we go. Please make my branding statement, which is that. And I put it in quotations so it knows that that's my phrase. I'm not changing my phrase. A little larger with I'm not sure the exact terminology I want. Shadow. Shade. I want it within a box, like how Rory does his colors in his box with his like headlines. A little larger with a shaded box. I don't know. I'm still not spelling right. Shaded box around it. We'll see what it does. And sometimes it is just playing with your wording of your prompt to get what you want. Because I like the image that it gave me. I just want this bigger. Because yes, I'll show you what it gave me yesterday while it's working on that. Did I do those? Oh, no. Was it this one? No. Where did I do my images? Is it under that one? I think it was this. No. Yeah. Okay. See how it put this little shaded box around it? That, and it's just big enough where I like it. So that's what I'm going for. Oh, that works too. I don't mind that. And it's
I
a
like
little
that
darker.
they put your link at the bottom. I like that the way they
Yeah.
split it up.
Hmm. So then, okay, so then I'm just going to say, and this is what you're most likely going to have to do, continue to the next image, please. Or you can just say continue or next. I like to make a little sentence so I'm clear about what I'm saying. So we'll do this one and then we'll move to the next because the next one is a prompt I actually just thought of this morning and how I want to change how I create my classified ads. Now we'll see if it takes the next image and does the same box that it did prior after I asked it to change that. Hopefully. It did.
That's awesome.
So, and look at how realistic they are. You know, it's the same lady, sure. So I got to figure out the right wording for make them different because I don't think make them different because I've already said unique, right? So I challenge you all to play with that as well.
I'm going to tell you the word carousel.
Okay.
I'm just, go go play. That's your tomorrow rabbit hole.
Okay. Carousel.
I
Okay. Got it written down. See, I get stuff out of this too, guys. And it just takes playing with it. Okay. So I know we have 5 minutes left. So I'm going to go quick to this last one and how I want to ask for my ads. And this is the first time actually using this prompt. So it may or may not give me what I want. And I'll explain to you what I'm looking for. So the prompt itself is I'm working on biohacking ads, right? I'm going to go to aircraft, auto parts and services, business opportunities, beauty products, gifts and novelty, healthcare, and sporting goods. But what I want is one unique ad for each category and use the tone of the category, aircraft. So pilots, airline stewardesses, that kind of thing for the ad headline and the body. The rest of it I didn't change. So I'm trying something new, obviously. We're going to see what it gives us. So I'm learning this at the same time you are. I thought it'd be fun to play with something. Aircraft. How do
oh
high
my
performance
God.
pilots use biohacking to improve focus, stamina, and reaction time? Yes. Sorry, I get excited. So, pilots depend on sharp focus, steady energy, and fast reaction time. That's why many aviation professionals now explore biohacking to support mental clarity, reduced fatigue, and better recovery during long flights. How awesome is that?
That just opened up classifieds for free, business ads
Yep,
for free,
right.
classifiedads.com, you know,
Yes.
all of them.
All of them. All of them.
And the way it's worded, it's not selling anything, it's
No,
information.
it's information. Now, auto parts and services. Can biohacking help drivers stay alert, reduce fatigue, and perform better on long drives?
Yeah,
Why
they
are
can't knock you.
entrepreneurs and side hustlers using biohacking to boost productivity and mental focus? How does biohacking support healthy skin, aging gracefully, and natural beauty from within? Why is biohacking becoming a popular wellness gift for health conscious adults? I was curious to see how this one would play out. Healthcare. What is biohacking and why are more people using it to support everyday health and wellness? Sporting goods. How are athletes and active adults using biohacking to improve recovery and performance? Okay. Now, now that you see that that prompt actually works,
It's cool.
I have some homework for you. Okay, I'm going to stop share. I want you all to look at the categories that are available on the ad posting sites. Pick one that you don't normally use and write an ad. And those of you who are in Stacy's study hall, my study hall, mine and Melissa's study hall, or just take it to your instructor's study hall, okay? And show us what you found. Because this opens up huge changes for us in advertising. I can't tell you how excited I am about this. Because when you're doing aviation, you're focusing on that one pilots and things like that. Then you take it to each of the states. Then you take it to each of the cities. You take it internationally. It's endless.
So it's
It's endless. And your site gets so much more visibility.
incredible.
And the other thing that we talked about yesterday was with classifieds and business ads for free, classifieds for free, and where you can submit your YouTube video. Don't just submit a 5 minute long YouTube video that gives them all the information about it, right? If you're going to submit a short or whatever that is just, a fun little short about biohacking, great. But you're going to send them straight to your YouTube channel, which may or may not get them back to your website. So your best course of action would be to send them to your website that has your YouTube video on it, which then will send them over to your YouTube channel and they might subscribe to your channel. So you're getting views from both directions. So think about that when you are posting your YouTube video on your ads. Use them, yes, but use them wisely because you want the traffic to your site first. Does that all make sense? Circular advertising.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the whole
well,
point of this.
and when you were up above and some of the things it was giving you gave me ideas of, oh, I can go write a new page around that topic that I can tie the ad back to, and that page can tie back to biohacking. And I just did, and we talked about it earlier today on a study hall, creating
Clusters.
cluster more, adding to your cluster pages additional content without the hard sell constant
Yeah,
go to Vellavita, go to Vellavita, go to Vellavita, go to Vellavita.
right.
You talk about the issue of falling asleep, and at the end you go, and here's what I found for my solution, and boom, now you send them to Vellavita.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, guys, we've been like, and when Angie was telling me about this last prompt, I've been sitting here like literally biting my nails waiting to get to it.
You're like, are you going to get to it? Are you going to get to it? And
We
that's
should
why I was
probably share
trying
the
to kind of
link.
hurry a little because I wanted to play too because I had already gotten the information for the other things yesterday. So I had an idea of what it would give me, but I wanted to show you what it would give you. And it may give you slightly different results than it did me, and that's okay. But the core of it is going to be there.
And play with those prompts to make it sound like you to continue to teach your chat
Correct.
how you say things.
Okay, I am putting it in the chat.
And one thing I found with having my
There you go.
conversations with my chat with Nova, mine is Nova, um, I'm learning to communicate better with other people because I have to figure out how to tell a computer to think like me.
Mhm.
People are easier. I'm telling you, people are easier than a computer some days.
Right. And I didn't give you my results. I only gave you the prompts because, like I said, the results are going to be tailored to you and what you're asking it and how you're asking it and how yours knows you. And that's what you want. Because my results don't matter. Your results matter because it's about what you're asking it, if that makes sense. Makes sense to me, but I may need to explain it better. I don't know. So,
No, you did. This is awesome, Angie. This is great. This
because
was an
I wasn't
amazing
sure what
training.
I was going to teach on Monday, I was like, oh, but as I got through the week, I got to thinking more about we need to know how to create better ads. Because I know my ads have not always been great. That a lot of my ads have been those little short one or two liners, and I want more conversions. And so that's what I asked myself, what am I looking for? What do I want? What has Rory been talking about? How can I make my website produce better for me? So this is my rabbit hole. And I hope that you all
Spectacular.
learned something.
Awesome, awesome.
Mhm.
That was worth that was definitely worth the training tonight because I wrote down a lot of notes.